It's day 60 and I'm just past the 8-week mark of rupturing my Achilles heel, and oddly enough there's a few things I'm actually quite thankful for. The most major update that's happened so far since the last time I spoke to you was that the boot has now entered sort of the beginning of the end, should we say. I'm about 4 weeks away now from not being in the boot anymore. And probably the biggest single change to the boot that has happened so far. One being that the wedge is now a lot smaller. I've got this slim profile wedge, which feels a bit weird. It's slightly curved, so when I stand, it feels like my foot's ever so slightly tilted backwards. So be it, just got to put up with it. But also, the first adjustment was going from 30 degrees of flexion to about 15, which is kind of there. And now they've gone from 15 to 0. So now I've got a full 30 degrees range of motion. So gives me that amount of movement in my heel. However, combine that with the reduction of height in the wedge, it actually feels like it's a lot more. So it's probably the biggest single drop so far, and that has come at the 8-week mark. Another good thing that's happened is I can stop taking my blood thinning injections now, which is nice to say the least. I've got lots of bruises on my thighs and around my abdomen where I'm injecting, or sometimes it hasn't quite gone in properly. So it's just nice to not have to deal with the needles anymore. And that brings me on to one of the first things I'm kind of thankful for is I used to never have a problem with needles until one day saw my wife had bloods taken, and for some reason I just didn't like it, felt faint a bit. And ever since then I've always struggled with needles. So having to do my own injections has certainly made me less apprehensive of needles. Still don't like them, for sure. But it's not as bad anymore. I can deal with it a lot better, which is one good thing. Workout update wise, not a lot has changed now. The evolution of what's being capable is kind of slowing down. Mainly because now I'm getting some movement in my foot. There's kind of not a lot of difference now between some movement and more movement. So upper body workout is pretty much the same. I'm now more comfortable enough to stand up, so doing things like lateral raises on the cable, I'm feeling a bit better for. I'm starting to use a suspension trainer for rows, for example. Still not doing anything where I'm applying extra load, so I don't want to be doing, I say overhead press, for example. That's my body weight plus the weight of the dumbbells. Good to keep the consistency on the machines, it's taking the weight off my foot. So generally the upper body training's kind of going flat out as normal. Mace training is still very much going down the traditional route, and that's probably one of the other things I'm thankful for now. It's forced me to explore the traditional route of mace swings and mace training, which has opened up some more options, it's opened up some more movement and got me thinking about things a little bit differently. And at the moment, I'm even now tempted to go and do a mace competition next year, because it's something I should be able to do. Even if my foot is still not quite there, I should still be able to do it. So it's given me focus now, it's given me a goal, it's given me something to aim for. So I'm starting to do some more mace swings, and doing that, I've gone and got myself a heavier mace, so now I've got up to 10 kilograms, and I've got my 16 kilo hammer, and now it's starting to practice the competitive element of mace swings for, just in case next year, I might want to take part in this competition. Lower body training is still very restricted. I just about tried doing some squats with the extra motion in my ankle. As long as I prop my heel up, I can just about get away with a squat. Now, last time I did them, all my body weight kind of shifted onto one leg. So now, with the extra heel motion, I'm a bit more level. And I try and focus on just trying to counter shift my weight over to the side. So squats are a new thing, which is helpful. Abduction and adductor exercises now back up to where they were before I started. And I'm doing very, very light Romanian deadlifts. So I've gone from good mornings to just some very, very light deadlifts, just the bar, higher reps, keeping it moving. Sword wise, hasn't been a massive amount of updates, mainly because over the school holidays, club numbers are a bit tricky. We didn't have enough numbers to make a club meet on the last session, so I haven't really done a lot since then. So I haven't been able to explore much more. And the ab training, core training, hopefully you'll have seen the workout I posted last week, which is basically what I've been doing for a while now. Another slightly good update as I can actually stand up. I'm now allowed to wash my leg, and what I can do now is I'll stand at a sink. I won't walk, but without the boot on, barefoot, I can now actually stand upright, which is nice. I can feel the little bit of pressure. It means I can not have to stoop if I do stand, and it's showing that progress is on the way. Things are happening, which is good. It's not a massive amount has happened. Things are slowing down. Like I said, I'm a little bit thankful. You know, the silver lining to all this is I'm now pushing the traditional style of mace, which when I get up to full speed, I'm going to sort of incorporate it as well as flow work. I've figured out how I can do that, which is nice. How I can insert it into my program to be a benefit to me. It's nice doing some resistance training on the machines for the upper body work. I'm seeing the progress in that. The weights are stacked going up every week. It feels quite nice, and as I'm doing my normal warm-ups, I can feel the strength gains coming back. So during the warm-up, when I first was able to start doing it, I could feel what has happened. Now it's beginning to feel actually quite good. The warm-ups are feeling light because things like the resistance machines on the pull down and the press are coming into effect. The consistency's there, the overloading progress is there as well. I'm still very much looking forward to being able to shower, which would be very nice, be able to stand up in a shower. And I'm also looking forward to being able to drive again. I'm still very much reliant on other people. However, it's looking like 4 more weeks and I should be out of it. 4 more weeks, I should be able to start to walk again. 4 more weeks and I should be able to start to drive again and start to get some independence back. It's a long road, don't get me wrong. And I still remember the first night in A&E, the nurse said it's a journey, and it definitely has been a journey so far. Now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to start to back off these updates now, and probably only do it when there's been something major come along, because I'm starting to be able to get the normal content back out. So I'm starting to get some more mace tutorials out, some more workout follow-alongs on the way. Little bits, they can start coming back into effect for you guys, because that's originally what you came to the channel for. So start getting that back out to you. And hopefully life with a ruptured Achilles is starting to return to normal. Hopefully. It's still a long road yet. The riskiest phase is yet to come when we transition out of the boot into an unsupported ankle. From what I've read, that is the riskiest phase. From also what I've read, I'm also quite disappointed that there's been no in the boot physio going on. So things I've read are like from week 3, they should be getting you to do toe curls inside the boot, getting to flex the foot inside the boot. Now I haven't had any of that. I've had no instruction to do any of that, but I have been doing it off my own back. So it's a bit odd. I'm interested to see what the physio is going to say in a few weeks' time. Well, if I see the physio in a few weeks' time, might be a little bit longer because of the booking process, but we'll see what happens.